And we are back again, the second part of the Frankly Football versus series. Talking about our upcoming opponents. We back here with my main man, Twan Bless, talking about the Dallas Cowboys' upcoming opponent, the LA Rams. So we already talked about the O-line. Twan, what you think about y'all running back situation? You mentioned the committee backfield now. What do you think about guys like Cam Akers and Henderson?
I've been hearing nothing but good stuff about Cam Akers. I haven't really got a chance to really sit down and watch his film. I've seen a couple plays here and there, but I ain't really get to sit down like 20 minutes to really watch his film. But I love him in our backfield because he's that small stature running back, quick on his feet, can adjust and run, sort of like what James White is for the Patriots. Like, I know that Sean McVay wants us to play like the Patriots, and why not? They've won more championships than everybody else, so why not? So
absolutely,
I love him. Malcolm Brown, I feel like he's going to be a big factor in our backfield too, because we re-signed him and we never used him before we re-signed him. So I feel like we kept him just in case. It's like, hey, if Gurley in the long run doesn't work out, we got Malcolm. So I feel like he was always the safety valve. So I feel like the combination of those two is going to be great. Henderson's actually going to be injured for this week, so we're really not going to get to see all three of them run. But it is going to be good to see those two share the ball.
I am actually intrigued as to why they re-signed Malcolm Brown with them taking two running backs within the top 100 picks. So it shows that they believe in him. But I really like Cam Akers. I've watched a lot of film on him prior to this most recent draft. I'm a huge fan of Cam Akers. Like you said, real small guy. And small guys, although they lack in, the body size and run you over ability, they gain the added ability of being able to duck behind those big linemen. You saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs take full advantage of that this past Thursday. So guys who have that smaller stature, they gain so much ability that doesn't get the proper limelight that it deserves. Do I think that either one of them are going to be someone like Christian McCaffrey? No, but I'm sure that Sean McVay can, utilize them. Yeah. But I still think that somebody like Everson Griffin still going to stop that run. We don't got Robert Quinn back there no more who can let running backs zoom past him like it's on a freeway. Everson Griffin has shown that he can stop the run effectively.
I know, and another bad thing about this week, Whitworth, he out too.
Oh wow!
Well, from what's saying is, they both practice full participation. I think they're gonna be limited, but they had Whitworth on rest. Listen, he's almost. I would put him in the same breath as I would put Tyron Smith for the Cowboys. I don't need him to have a lot of reps. He's not Andrew Whitworth of 2 years ago. Like in 2017, not 2000, but 2018, when he was, just top guy, one of the top guys, he's no longer a demigod. He's a mega god. He still, can do his thing. So I don't think he's going to be an easy win, but I don't need to have him take many more, reps to show that he can do what he can do. I know what he can do. I need him when the Bulls are flying for real. I think Whitworth's going to be okay. I think he's going to have his hands full, though.
Yeah.
Dealing with Everson Griffin, dealing with Aldon Smith coming off the end, dealing with, a Tyrone Crawford mixing in and out. I think the number of bodies that get thrown at him with these waves of linemen from the Cowboys, even with a shift and a stun of having a Jalen Smith come at him. So I think he's going to have a lot of bodies coming at him, especially if the Cowboys can keep the run down, because Henderson's practice this week. Cam Akers is a small stature guy. But this offense, like you said, like the Patriots, if you can't run the ball enough to cause the play action for me to get my linebackers to take a step and let the group of wide receivers you have start to work, then it starts working towards my side. I can put bodies in Jared Goff's face. I can make you one-dimensional, and I can commit, to choke you out.
Now, speaking of defensive linemen, how do you think Jared Goff responds to pressure, to repeated pressure? Because that's one thing that I didn't get a chance to really pay much attention to. So you are inside man with that. What you think about that?
He doesn't handle the pressure very well at all. He handles it pretty much as well as Peyton Manning or Tom Brady would. They would just fall to the ground. Even when he was in college, he was not. He used to run the ball more when he was in college, but I feel like he just took that completely out his bag when he got to the NFL because it's faster and they hit harder. So
it depends who's bearing down on him. Now, I've seen him run for, 7-8 yards on the 3rd and 6 in the playoff game, when he faked out the GOAT, a.k.a. Jeff Heat, forever in our hearts, the great
in your heart, man. He's in your heart.
But, I don't think he's a stiff, but I don't think he's elusive like that. But I think if Goff gets time, here's our biggest thing. If Goff gets time, he's so accurate. He's so precise with the football. He can make it day. He can make it hard for your team. So I think it's going to be imperative that the Cowboys in that front seven keep them in 2nd and 9, 2nd and long, force them to pass, get pressure to throw him off, and to make it a long day for him.
Absolutely, man. And that's the thing where people talk about Dallas' secondary. If you can keep a guy on his back foot, then you give your secondary a break. And the same thing goes for the Rams using Aaron Donald like he's the Incredible Hulk or something like that. But speaking of Aaron Donald, we've seen moments in time where if you put enough bodies in front of him, he can disappear. What do the Rams have to do to keep Aaron Donald relevant in the game?
We have to depend on our new additions to the team. We got to depend on Leonard Floyd. We got to depend on Joseph Franklin, the young guy that we got. We got to depend on Greg Gaines. We're going to be rotating a lot of guys in. I am glad that we got Brockers back, but Aaron Donald is only going to play as good as the other guys do. If we got 3 guys on Aaron Donald, because I've seen that, and that's unbelievable that he's getting triple team at points and the rest of the team isn't taking advantage of that. So we need guys to step up. Brockers, we came out and re-signed him. He's a home team guy at the end of the day, but at the same time, we need your production because in the playoffs, there was times you were a ghost when Donald was getting double team and triple team. So as long as they produce, you ain't got to worry about Donald. He gonna produce.
And, people get that sort of attention because they're gangsters. That's the long and short of saying it. Aaron Donald is one of the only interior defensive linemen that will get sacks like an
Yep.
But, that's why you have, tight ends and you put them in motion and bring them inside, or you run 2 running back sets.
Man, you do whatever you got to do to try to slow that guy down, man. He's that disruptive. He's that great. He's that disruptive. But you've got to keep him. I mean, he's going to make a play or two, but you got a limited number of times that he makes big plays on you. So I think inside, Dallas has an opportunity to try to slow him down. Nobody's containing him. Zach Martin is the reason he's a first-round draft pick because when they were in the Senior Bowl, he was the only guy who could block him. Zach Martin that was the number one reason. Everybody was like, listen, this guy, Aaron Donald's killing everybody, and the only guy who can block him is Zach Martin. Connor Williams has done well. He has done well against him in the times they played. My biggest concern, I'll say it here, if you're going to attack anywhere on my offensive line, you want to attack my center. Because my center doesn't play with power. I'm not excited about it. But he got to pick the long straw. He gets the first crack at it. So if you can keep Aaron Donald pretty much trying to slow him down, misdirection him, hold him up enough, to be able to get it going, that's fine. But I'm not really afraid of anyone else of the outside. I'm not afraid. Brockers is a good player, but he doesn't give me fear. I think the biggest question I have to ask you, Bless, is how you feel about your linebackers, man? How you feel about your linebacking core?
I feel like, and that's the main thing that set me with the draft. You know, I feel like we should have did better at linebacker and offensive line. You know, I understood why we re-signed all the guys we had last year. Like, okay, so we're just going to keep developing linemen. Cool. I got it. Great. I knew we had to save somewhere because we spending a lot of money. So now the linebacking core, I still felt like we could have went in free agency and we could have got some other guys too. But I do like that we got Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, he can contain the outside, and he's make plays and pass before, and he can rush the passer. So that's going to give Donald a break. One other thing I thought we would have did, I thought we would have upgraded another piece on defensive line, but when we got Brockers back, we were content, and we went out and got Lewis in the draft, the guy from I believe is Oklahoma or Alabama, one of the two, and he's out for week 1 too, and this was I was worried about. He was already injury prone when we had drafted him, so I'm a little worried.
It doesn't help that you didn't have any preseason games and a shortened off season due to COVID. So he didn't have anything going in his favor.
Right, and he didn't have any preseason or anything like that to get hurt, and he still got hurt just doing walkthroughs pretty much. So now we got to depend on Kenny Young, the guy that we got from the Ravens. I love that pickup that we got from him. I loved it when we did it last year when we traded for traded Marcus Peters to them.
Right.
You know, I know people didn't understand it. I like Kenny Young. I liked him when he was with the Ravens. I wanted him. So when we did get him, I'm like, okay, cool. You know, that'd be great if he could come in and play. But we lost Littleton, and that is the main thing that pissed me off this whole offseason because Littleton was a stud, and I felt like he was the real leader on our defense next to Aaron Donald.
Okay.
Now, speaking of your linebackers, Dallas got weapons, man. You know, we got a 3-headed monster receiver that not many other teams in the league can keep up with.
No, one.
Are you?
One-headed.
Yeah, one-headed.
Oh, one-headed.
One-headed.
You think Amari Cooper's the only threat on that receiver core?
Yeah. I mean, he's the only – you said monsters. He's the only monster.
Hey, man, Michael Gallup put up 1,100 in the second year.
He's a number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got a mean rookie, an evil rookie by the name of C.D. Lamb. Wait, Cedarian Lamb. I'm going to put some spec on his name.
Right. Put some spec on his name now. Put some spec on his name.
So with those three guys,
hold on, I because this has been floating around. So if you had to rate wide receiving cores in the NFL, give me your top 3 wide receiving cores in the NFL right now.
Top 3?
Top 3.
The Vikings don't have Stephon Diggs no more, so I can't say that.
Okay, he's in Buffalo.
I like what the Bucks got right now.
Okay, you like the Bucks? Okay, who else?
I like the Bucks. I mean, y'all look good on paper, but
okay. And who else?
I don't think y'all got a better receiving core than us for real.
You know what? I was glad you went there, my friend. So
I really don't think that.
Okay, so let's go and break that down. Since we're talking about that, you have to look at the trio of Cooper Kupp, second year coming off that ACL, and I think Cooper Kupp is a route running monster. I think he's very, very good, really good. I think you guys dropped off in 17, but 2018 y'all had him, but 2019 when he got hurt. That really hurt you guys because you didn't have that clear-cut route running guy. I like what Robert Woods does. He's okay. Josh Reynolds is your speed over the top guy now. So, but
is he gonna be able to replace Brandon Cooks though?
I feel like Vance Joseph can be just as good as Michael Gallup.
Okay, so you think Vance Joseph, right, can be as good as Jefferson, as who?
Not bad. I was just said his last name wrong. You good? Keep going.
Right. So Vance. So you're saying. So you're saying Joseph. You're saying. Right. So you're saying. Vance Jefferson. Vance Jefferson.
Yeah,
can be as good as Michael Gallup. Right. So who on your team is as good as Amari Cooper?
That's a hard one, ain't
Right.
it?
Right. So if Vance Jefferson, who is a rookie, right, because get better than Michael Gallup, who was a 3-year starter and 1,100-yard receiver last year, along coupled with multiple Pro Bowl Amari Cooper, and let's say the best wide receiver in this past year's draft, just on paper. And here's the great part, where Vance Jefferson comes in and he's the fourth receiver on your depth chart right now. Zendarian Lamb's the third one on ours, and he's not even the number one option. So if he's not the number one option, with those three monsters right there, if you walk out right now with your secondary, I'm going to take Jalen Ramsey. I'm going to make him run and follow Cooper. Correct?
Yeah, of course.
So your other couple of guys, they're going to have to deal with Gallup and Lamb.
And not to mention Blake Jarwin and whoever the running back that they choose to throw the ball to, whether it's Zeke or Tony Pollard.
I'm just trying to figure out. You said you like what the Bucs have in wide receivers. You like we look okay. I like what you guys have in wide receivers as a three-headed monster. I just don't think you're better than the Cowboys in the wide receiver core. Well, I think Dallas is head and shoulders above because we already have 2 1,000-yard receivers, and we would have had a third one last year had Cobb not had so many drops and had as many penalties. So I think Zendarian comes right in, and I've always said this: the goal is 46 catches, 1,300 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Those will be all rookie records as far as Dallas Cowboys. And I don't think he gets 1,300 yards, but I sure as heck know he can get more than 4. I know he can get 40 catches, 45, 46 catches.
1,300 yards is not happening. I don't see that.
Dude, hey, listen, I put it to you this way.
I would take that bet.
I'm walking that out in this
that
day
was a
and
betting
age,
man.
At this day and age, 1,300 yards for a rookie wide receiver. He does that. That means Rain has thrown for. Oh, and we always when we give a guy respect, we say his first name. Rain Dakota Prescott throws for 5,000. If that happens, and we get that 6 Lombardi, man.
Oh yeah,
he gets 1,300.
Let's
we get it either way.
Hold on,
but
y'all
I'm just telling you what the attitude is and the vibes are on this side of the fence, my brother.
The y'all spill on y'all wide receivers is great, but Kupp and Woods have both had better seasons than Gallup, and the third guy that just got drafted this year, I just don't believe him. I mean, he does look good on paper. I don't put my faith in rookies. I just don't. I understand that too, because most times rookies have to come in to a system or an environment and be the number one guy. Yep. He's
got to come in, be the numero uno guy. He's got to go with all, he's getting the best quarterback. So if Zendarian Lamb went to, let's say if he went to
Chicago.
Huh?
If he went to Chicago.
He went to Chicago. Okay, out the gate, even though you got Anthony Miller there and some other guys, he'd still be looking to be the number one guy. This guy has the luxury of being a first-round draft pick and being really the third or fourth option.
That's right.
In the offense.
That's true.
And that's going to take a lot of the pressure off of him and give him easy targets. He's going to be against the team's second or third best corner without safety help. Or, God forgive him, or God not let it happen, a linebacker. And that's just easy picking. And
the DB's going to be getting blessed, though.
Yeah. Hey.
DB's going to be getting blessed this year.
Absolutely. So it just – your defense is going to be spread really thin. Who besides Jalen Ramsey, of course, do you think is going to have a really good game?
Taylor Rapp, John Johnson, and Troy Hill. 2 safeties, and Troy Hill coming off a great last end of the season. After we had let go of Talib, he came in and he filled in that the second string corner position. He did a great job. He's on the he's over 27 now. but he did play good. So he would be in his prime if he was a pick that got in the first round. People would be looking at him different, like, okay, look, he's coming into his prime here, 27, 28 years old. But I feel like he's coming off a chance to, look, I showed my worth, I can play. And I feel like our two safeties is going to take off a lot of pressure. And y'all wide receivers are good, but I just feel like we replaced Wade Phillips with a guy with Sean McVay went out and handpicked. So with that being said, I just feel like our defensive schemes are going to be over the top if it's anybody that Sean McVay wanted to rub shoulders with.
Okay. But this is his first time calling plays, though.
Who, the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, it's your first time being in DC, though. This is
it is his first time, but I mean, he also has the number one corner and unquestionably the best defensive lineman in football. So he's coming into a good situation too.
I mean, and listen, you will get no arguments out of me about Aaron Donald being probably the best defensive lineman in football. You won't get any arguments out of me with Jalen Ramsey being one of the top 3 corners in the league. My problem is
he ain't 3.
Huh?
He ain't 3.
Yeah.
It's 1 and 2. It's only 1 and 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He ain't 3. Yeah, I had to give to him. Yeah, he ain't 3. I mean, I even like Tre'Davious. I like Tre'Davious White out of Buffalo, and I think he's really good too. But if it's Gilmore, Ramsey, and White, those 3 guys right there, I think are the best in football. So I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, it's one guy. I don't think you get to lock up our guys like Revis did in New York and just lock down the whole side of the field. I don't think he locked Amari Cooper up like that. Amari's too skilled, a really great route runner, and his temperament is to the point that he won't allow Ramsey to get underneath his skin. I think Hill being 5'11", a smaller guy, playing against a very physical and dominant guy like Michael Gallup. MT13 plays no games. I think he's roughing him up. And then you got your guy in the slot. Who your slot corner is. I think who has the biggest game coming this Sunday. I think Sedarian Lamb goes off on y'all, and I think Blake Jarwin eats the middle of the field up.
Right in the seams. Right up the seams.
I don't think Johnson can run with him. I don't think he can. Johnson, hey man, Blake is a monster. I think your free safety, your strong safety, I like. I really liked him coming out a couple years ago. I thought Taylor Rapp would be a needed fit. I don't know about being perfect, but he would have been a needed fit. I thought he was that year coming out with Darnell Savage, Juan Thornhill, who went to the Chiefs, and Taylor. I think those were the 3 top corners, and a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans were excited about getting one of those 3 guys. Some of them still die, but that's for another show. That's for another show about talking about a safety. But I think Taylor's great. I think your free safety is going to have his hands full dealing with the middle of the field because he's going to have to choose. Hey, I drop down and I try to deal with Blake Jarwin. Lamb goes over the top. If I fall back with Lamb, Jarwin kills me underneath. So I think he's got his hands full. I don't think your linebackers can run with him, and I think it's going to be a tough day.
And one thing I did want to kind of touch on. We talked about Sean McVay and his effect on coaching a lot. I think that it's not talked about as much how much of an impact our coaching staff, Mike McCarthy, and most importantly, in my opinion, John Fossil. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for not bringing old bones back, man. We can't thank you enough, bro. Hey, man, salute, man.
The Dallas Cowboys
I'm going to sip some of this deliciousness in this cup. Thank you for letting bones come over.
The Cowboys were 32nd in special teams last year. We don't got to be number 1. All we got to do is just be better than dead last. And I think that Bones Fossil and Greg the Leg, also thank you, is 2 valuable pieces that can help us get where we need to be. Because Brett Maher was lame last year. He was super trash. And, some people might have thought that Greg fell off a little bit. I think that a change in location for a kicker can kind of revitalize their career. It kind of happened with our last kicker, Dan Bailey. He went on to Minnesota, and now he has a
He's back to being
he's
Dan.
back to being Dan. And I think that Greg is right back on it. He hasn't missed a single kick in camp, and he's kicked like 31 field goals, made all of them. So I think that those two pieces will help us get to where we need to be in special teams. Kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, making those 45-yard field goals that should be automatic. If that
man, hit extra points, man. Let's get extra points at touchdowns, man.
Not even the long field goals. Give me extra points. Give me making all of our extra points. And I think that Greg can do that. I think that our kicker cost us 3 games last year. Well, I'll say this: a combination of our special teams and ineptitudes on coaching. I think that cost us 3 to 4 games last year. And with those changes, it is going to be night and day. That was the difference from us being a 11 to 12 win team. I think that you really going to see that this year, starting in week 1. Now, here's one other thing. I did mention Mike McCarthy. He don't got to be Bill Belichick. He just got to be better than Jason Garrett. And the same goes, like I said, for the special team. If Mike can show some of that creativity, I think that we can keep guys like Jalen Ramsey on the back of their toes, on their heels, and not really knowing what Dak is going to do next. I really don't think that they are prepared for the different, although semi the same, because that's what they're saying. It's going to be a lot of the same, but some different, maybe some more creativity. If we come in with everything that Mike says that he did, I don't see why we can't do the same stuff that Kansas City did on Thursday.
What you think, Bless?
Like I said, we got a whole new coaching staff. We got a whole new offense now. If we're going to I know we're going to do a couple of things like we've done in the past, but I think everything's going to be totally different for the most part. I think he's just blowing gas. I think the biggest thing we got to worry about is our offensive line. Most importantly on offense, and I also think the second thing we need to worry about is our linebackers, most importantly on defense. I really think we're going to do well in the pass game against you guys, and I really think that our run game, I don't say we're going to get 100 yards, but we're going to see a good glimpse of what we really can do.
So
total? 100 yards total? I wouldn't disagree with that. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
So you're thinking, so what you're giving me is that you're saying, okay, this is going to be a balanced attack where you're going to rush for 100 yards total, or one guy going to get 100?
I ain't going to say 100. No, not one guy. I don't think it's going to be one guy getting 100 yards. We probably split. Probably by the end of the game, everybody will probably have a minimum 5 carries apiece.
Okay, well, 5 ain't nothing. I mean, if I get you 15 carries, I mean, that I can deal with that. 15 carries of running the ball. That means I've got you. You playing from behind. You right my head. You right my wheelhouse.
I mean, that's because we dropped it 40.
Because you got to think, we traded away Gurley, we traded away Cooks, and we re-signed Goff the season before. They want to make us a passing team. They want to make this a 30 to 40 passes a game type team. We even had those games last year where they tried to experiment. I feel like Sean McVay knew, like, all right, cool. We're not going to be in the playoffs. Let's see what you can do, Jared. So I really think we're going to go into that style of football. I don't really think we're going to be a heavy run team anymore.
And like I said, we putting up 40. To make a 40 burger, you got to season it. And the main seasoning is points.
I don't see y'all putting up 40 points against us, man. Look, time out. So you just got excited because y'all got y'all got leg, and y'all got bones now. So now that y'all got both of them, y'all excited because y'all can make field goals now because who can't get in the end zone?
Okay. So
hey,
so you like
40 piece? Nah.
Okay.
I think it will be a game under 30 for both teams. I think at most it'll probably be like maybe 27, 28, 21, 27, something like that.
Oh, so that's your thing. Okay. So that's your prediction?
Yeah.
Give me your prediction already.
What did you say, sir?
I ain't what you said, bro.
What's your score prediction?
If I had to go out top of my head right now, I don't think it's gonna be a lot of scoring. I say 21-17.
Okay. 21-17. Are you saying that the Rams are gonna win?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Just had to see.
Yeah.
Chris, what you think, man? What's your score prediction?
You know, I'm gonna use what the great Muhammad Ali said when he was getting ready to fight Joe Frazier. This is gonna look like a great champion versus a very underdeveloped amateur. This ain't gonna even be close. I think Dallas wins this game, and Mike McCarthy puts the league on notice. Cowboys win 38-17. I think it's a drubbing. I think Zeke and Tony rush the ball 40, 45 times. I think Rain throws the ball 35 times. I think he gets it's the Blake Jarwin, Cedarian Lamb show, and the whole world is like, oh my gosh. This is my feeling. I think the Cowboys blow them out, and then I sit back because I know the whole world's gonna be like, oh my God, look at what happened. They blew the Rams out. Rams are 9-7, and they'll make every excuse why the Rams aren't any good. But I don't even think it's gonna be close because I think because of the limitations on the offensive line for the Rams and the lack of a running game because they want to become one-dimensional, falls right into the hands of what the Cowboys want because they're going to be a very they've got the horses to rush the passer defensively, and they've got the guys who can do it. And I think if you drop back 30, 35 times without a lot of creativity against Tom Sula, Mike Nolan, and this defensive line, you're asking for trouble.
Man, I'm right there with you on your prediction. I was going to say 38-18. I think that the Rams only give
you're gonna give them 5 field goals. You give them 6 field goals, huh?
Absolutely. I think that we're gonna put so much pressure on Goff, whether it's between our first 5 guys because Randy Gregory isn't gonna be playing this game. But between our main 5 guys, but then you also throw in Jalen Smith blitzing periodically. I think that you're gonna keep Goff always on his toes. He's not going to have a moment of peace, and they're going to have to rely on their kicker to get them a lot of points. They may get an extra garbage time touchdown, but I'm not going to give that to them in my prediction. They're going to have to earn that. But I think that the Cowboys are going to be open field, race cars down the field to get them points.
I get it. I mean, I know Cowboy fans, I say 21-17. Y'all like, nah, it's going to be 50-0.
No, I don't think 50-0, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a defensive struggle because even though you got a great guy in Aaron Donald, you got a great player in Jalen Ramsey. I don't think they're to the point they're that dominant that they shut the offense. They have the ability to just totally disrupt the offense. I put it to you like this. Last year when we played the Jets, and they had a great player, or they had great players in the Williams guys, Quentin Williams and Quentin Williams and Jalen Ramsey. Dallas still scored 20-some-odd points.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When they turned around and played the Patriots, and the Patriots had a great cornerback in Stephen Gilmore. Without a monsoon, they scored 9. So I think it's got to be mitigating factors to keep this offense down. This offense was number 1 ranked in the NFL with a guy who should have gone to jail for malpractice as a coach.
It was definitely abuse. That was an abusive relationship.
I mean, it was, he should really be locked up right now. But I'm glad he up in New York, doing that stuff, whatever he gonna do.
Absolutely, because that means that they're gonna go 8-8 for the next 10 years. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, what does?
And the main reason that I'm saying that we're gonna put up that many points, we just did it last year.
We did. Yeah, we did put 38 up y'all last year.
44. We put up the 40 burger, seasoned it up good and well.
Yeah, it was nice and seasoned too. Had some cheese on it too. Pepper jack.
I missed that cookout.
Right.
Y'all ain't come to the 4th of July cookout of the playoffs.
Come on now.
Touche, my
That's
brother.
love.
Touche.
That's love.
Touche.
But yeah, man. Hey, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got somewhere to be. Take a moment, man. Plug all your stuff. Plug all your work.
I appreciate y'all for having me once again. Right now, it's the Public Barbershop Podcast. You can check that out on our Facebook. It's at the Public Barbershop Podcast. You can follow us there. You can follow Wayne Pugh, Lawrence Berg, well, she's Hermione Granger right now. And D Miss Coleman on Facebook, and I'm Twan Johnson. And once again, man, I appreciate you always supporting us, and I'm glad I can pull up on y'all show and break down how the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys on Sunday.
No doubt, man, no doubt. That's what's up.
And once again, bro, thank you so much for being our first guest on here. If we happen to see y'all again in the playoffs, I'm gonna be sure to have you back.
Definitely have you back. Because we owe you one.
Absolutely.
We definitely owe you
one.
one.
Lamb is going to be great after week 1. He's going to be great after week 1.
Hey, man, you always welcome to come follow us and holler us and check us out, man. Definitely will be plugging into you, man. Definitely will be plugging into your stuff.
Absolutely. So we appreciate you, the audience, for sticking with us. This was about a 45-minute video session. So if you stayed around and watched all of this, more props to you. Leave a like. Leave some comments because we love interacting with you, the viewers. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This has been Frankly Football. I'm Brandon.
Set off Chris.
Peace.
Peace.